Hey everyone, and welcome back. In our last video, we tackled the mighty Pandas data frame, learning how to create it manually. If you missed that crucial step, check out the link below. But let's be real, most of the time, you won't be typing data in by hand. You'll be working with existing datasets stored in files. So today, we're learning one of the most essential skills in Pandas, loading data directly from common file formats, specifically CSV and Excel files, into DataFrames. Why is this so important? Because data lives everywhere. On your computer, on the web, in databases. CSV, separated values, and Excel spreadsheets are incredibly common ways data is stored and shared. Pandas provides powerful and flexible functions to read these files with just a line or two of code, getting you ready for analysis much faster. Let's start with CSVs. The primary function is pd.read_CSV. You'll use this constantly. First, make sure Pandas is imported. The simplest case is reading a comma-delimited file where the first row is the header. But CSVs aren't always comma-separated. The sep, or delimiter argument, lets you specify what separates the values. For example, if your file uses semicolons. Other common separators are tabs or pipes. What if your data doesn't have a header row or the header is on a different row? Use the header argument. Header equals, none tells Pandas there's no header, and it will assign default integer column names. Header equals 1 means the header is on the second row, index 1. Often, one column in your file uniquely identifies each row, like an ID. You can make this the DataFrames index directly upon loading using index_col. Working with huge files? You might only need a few columns. Use cols to specify which ones to load, saving memory and time. You can pass a list of column names or integer positions. Another trick for large files is nrows, which loads only the first n rows. Great for quickly inspecting the structure. Finally, read_CSV can read directly from a URL. Read_CSV has many more options. Check the documentation using help, pd.read_CSV, or online for things like handling dates, skipping rows, comments, and more. Now for Excel files, .xls or .xlsx. The function is pd.read_Excel. Important. Pandas needs an extra library to handle Excel files. The recommended one is OpenPay-XL. You might need to install it first. Once that's installed, basic reading is similar to CSV. By default, read_Excel reads the first sheet. To read a specific sheet, use the sheet_name argument. You can use the sheet's name or its index, starting from 0. If you set sheet_name equals none, Pandas reads all sheets and returns a dictionary where keys are sheet names and values are the corresponding data frames. Many parameters from read_CSV also work with read_Excel, like header, index_col, and usecols. They function the same way. Just as easily as reading, you can save your processed data frames back to files. To save a CSV, use .to_CSV. By default, it includes the data frame index. Often, you don't want this, so use index equals false. To save as Excel, use .to_Excel. You can specify a sheet_name and again, often use index equals false. Alright, we've covered the absolutely essential skill of loading data into Pandas data frames using pd.read_CSV for CSV files and pd.read_Excel for Excel files. We explored key parameters like sep, header, index_cal, usecols, nrows, and sheet_name to handle different file structures. We also briefly saw how to save data frames back to files using .to_CSV and .to_Excel. Being able to load external data is where the real power of Pandas starts to shine. In our next video, we'll focus on what to do immediately after loading data. Inspecting your data frame using essential methods like head, tail, info, shape, and describe to understand its structure and content. Practice loading some CSV or Excel files you find online or create yourself. Try out the different parameters. If this video helped you bridge the gap to real-world data, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the crucial inspection techniques next time. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and see you soon.